Okay, this is day 4 of my 100-day challenge. And what that consists of, obviously, every day I'm going to tell you this is I do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 air squats. Now, it's not continue 100 until I get there, obviously, but it's all in one day. So I could do 25, 10, 5, whatever I want to do, as long as I hit that 100. Eventually, through this whole challenge, I want to do from 1 to 100 in just one time, you know. That's but so I want to get into basically this is what the challenge is, but I mix other random information in on these videos. So it could be anything from family life to finances to information that I have that I could offer to those who are struggling, whatever it may be. Just to give you a little background, I've been an entrepreneur my whole life ever since I graduated from high school. So I've been in real estate, flipping homes, building houses. I was a builder for many years, uh, just home remodeling, everything from the ground up, basically. And also, um, I delve into things on the internet. I make these videos. I'm a well-rounded person. Okay. I know enough about auto mechanics. I know enough about, gardening and taking care of animals and yeah, all that. I could just keep going on and on and on. So, um, I have a family life. I'm married. I've been married for 43 years now to the same woman. Let's see, I have 7 children, 2 of which are now deceased. My youngest son was 16, and my oldest daughter was 31 when they died of cancer. That's been since my son died in 2016, and my daughter passed away in 2021. So now I have 5 children, and they're scattered throughout the country. I have 5 grandchildren, all boys. I'll have another grandchild here soon, any day now. That's another boy. So it's crazy. Um, but anyways, that's a little bit about me, and we'll continue this day on and day forth or whatever you want to say. But yeah, but basically, in this video, I just want to talk about doing hard things. Okay. And it frustrates me a lot of times when I take the easy way out. Now, I don't know if you guys find this a lot. I really position myself with my diet. Let's say I, I could feel myself slacking a little bit. Right. So I say, okay, I'm going to do something to shake it all up so I get refocused. Okay. And I think that's what happens a lot of times, even the simple things of maintaining your automobile, right? You might think, oh, my wiper blades don't need to be changed, or I missed, I'm several thousand miles over on my oil change, or, that's okay. It's it's these little things that turn out to be big things later. And it's hard some people might be able to do it, but majority of people aren't focused. I mean, there used to be a big deal about the colors of people. And they place colors, red, yellow, blues, and these colors tend to follow the personality. Like a blue was really, outgoing, that type of thing, and yellow was kind of calm and that type of thing. And I don't remember it all. That was years ago. And then they label people by certain functions that they could do. Like some people were, if you were exactly on time at 9 o'clock, then they had an issue. Or some people wander in at 10 minutes after, a quarter after, and they think, oh, that's perfectly fine. And other people have to be, early. Like they say, if you're not there 10 minutes early, something's wrong with you. And everybody has these personalities. that they contend with. I mean, they're just born with it. There's nothing you can, I mean, you can train yourself obviously to be a little flexible or unflexible, but to do hard things, it takes a lot of focus, a lot of compromise, a lot of tenacity. So when you go about these things, I don't care what it is, if it's losing weight or if it's building muscle or if it's you want to get your house in order and organize everything or make a, family time together or whatever it may be. These things are difficult, and I really noticed it um doing this challenge because I keep adding things onto it, 10,000 steps a day. And I want to, I'm eating a certain way. I'm cutting my calories down to 1,650 calories every day. I want to lose 40 pounds. Um, it says I can do it in 8 months. All right. Which is fine with me. I got to live 8 months. I might as well. Now, being at 1,650 calories and the amount of exercise I do every day, I'm gonna make that earlier than 8 months. But it's just one of the things that it's very hard for me to stay focused because your mind is constantly telling you, "You don't need to do that. You could scrub this whole channel and do whatever you want." And I remember watching, a movie with Dan Aykroyd and, what was the other man, why can't I think of it? Oh, not the Blues Brothers, kind of Animal House. That's it, Animal House. And I remember, the scene where it was kind of, not vulgar, but anyways, this guy was with this woman, and he had these 2, uh, one was the devil and one was an angel on his shoulder, and they were telling him, "Don't do it." And then the devil would say, "Do it." They would have this argument on his shoulder about um, having a relationship with this woman. And I guess she was drunk. I can't remember the exact reason why that he felt that she was vulnerable. I think she was drunk laying on the bed and he was going to take advantage of her. And there was these arguments. And I don't necessarily think that we have a devil and angel argument I think it's our brain. It doesn't like to challenge itself. It doesn't know that we want to change. It's got this tunnel vision, right? It's this tunnel vision where it says, "Hey, you've been doing this for the last X amount of years since you were in the womb, whatever. You don't need to change. Stay with this path. It's comfortable for you. It's at ease. You don't need to, shake things up. Just keep doing this. I don't like all this, you know, strenuous thinking or trying to change. I like it easy. I like this straight path where I can know where you're going." Right. And it's almost like when you go to work, right? You have that same direction every day. You take a right here in the street, take a left on that street, get on the highway, don't get on it's the same every day, every day, every day. And if you just by not thinking, if you got something on your mind, you just do it anyway. And I think that's the way your brain likes it. It doesn't like things to be out of order. It, like I say, it likes to take the path of least resistance. So you always need to shake it up. You need to, strenuous exercise. You need to learn a new good habit. You need to just shake your day up where maybe you don't take the same route to work. Maybe you don't every day when you come in the house, you kiss the wife and the children or whatever. Just something that you're constantly changing. Like I said before, you brush your teeth with their opposite hand that you normally do, just to, you know, play with your brain, screw it up a little bit. But with me doing hard things, it's always I want to. Sometimes I just don't want to do it. It's just so much easier. Some days I jump right out of bed. I go work out. Other days it's like, dude, I mean, you can, you know, You don't have to do this. You've been out there for 5 days. You don't need to do another day. It's freezing outside. It's raining. Um, you got to get in your car. You got to, get all prepared, whatever. Then when you get up and you get there and you get back, you think, man, I'm glad I listened to this and got it done with. And whatever it is, it might be taking out the trash or, getting some things down that have been on your list forever. You got to do the hard things. Now, I encourage everybody, as soon as I finish, this 100-day challenge, I'm going to start another 100-day challenge on something else. It's not exercise. It might be a project. It might be learning a language. It might be learning an instrument. But I think these 100 days, I'm just going to keep, you know, changing it up and doing the hard thing because I think the focus has to be on change all the time, consistency, persistence, whatever it is. Now, I got a lot of things I need to do around the house that I've been procrastinating with, and they could be on my list. All right. I what I have a problem with myself personally, and you might have this too, is that I make this huge to-do list. It's like everything under the sun has to be done, right? And I just eventually toss it and maybe I do one or two things or things that are really pressing that have to be done that are on that list, but I don't go down and down and down and get them all done. I just say this is way too long to list. So that might be into me where I need to just make it three things this week or one thing this week. And if I do one thing, maybe by the end of the year, that's 52 things are done. And then if it's a bigger project, I do it, take time. Um, that's the only thing is done until it gets done, and obviously things will come out. I'm the type of person, no matter what it is, I do it myself. And it's not that I can't just hire somebody to do it. Um, which some things on the automobile that I have to take to a mechanic because I don't have all the equipment to work on that particular area. But it's just like when my well went out and I had to get a new pump. I did that myself. I didn't call in a well driller and put a new pump in for me. I did it myself. I went to Lowe's, purchased the pump, pulled the old one out, hooked it all up, and start to finish. Now it's funny because that was when I did that, that was in the days before the internet. So anything you had to do, you didn't couldn't look it up online. You had to, go to the library or ask um, someone at Lowe's or ask someone call up whatever. And you do that and it's like I can plumb a whole house by myself. I can wire a whole house by myself. I can frame a house pretty much by myself and things that get too heavy, I have to have. But whatever it is, painting, drywall, I don't care. I do it myself. And sometimes it's the hard thing, but I just like what I like to do is I like to do it myself so I learn something new because all these trades, they're changing all the time. Every year there's a new product that comes out. There's a new tool that makes it better, quicker, easier, uh, whatever it may be. I remember the days when treated lumber came out and um, they told you, hey, you put the post in the ground and you put concrete around it. Now you don't even do that. You don't want the post in the ground. I've seen decks collapse and fences collapse because the treated lumber they said back then wasn't supposed to rot, or it's good for 30 years. Well, shoot, man, 30 years ago, I did a lot of them what we were told to do, and you come back and they're 30 years later, they're 35 years later, they're crumbling because that's what you were supposed to do at the time. Now you don't have these posts sitting on the ground. I mean, on the bare ground. They have to have some kind of uh, distance between that and any kind of moisture uh, surface. So it's just things that they learn over time. I remember when I first started out when I was just a kid, I helped put siding on a house that had asbestos siding. I mean, you look at houses that were built in the 40s and 50s, they that's the siding was asbestos. You didn't think once about breaking it or drilling into it or whatever, the dust and that. Now you can't even touch that stuff. I mean, you got to have the code, you got to have it all packaged up and that has to be shipped somewhere different. You can't throw that in the landfill. It's crazy how I don't know where I'm going with that, but um it's getting back to doing the hard things. I think that there's something that in your brain it fires up new pathways, new neurons. They're built, different. Um, they this gal in this book that I'm reading, they did a study on London taxi drivers, and they found that the hippocampus in taxi drivers is more dense than just the average person because there is so much they have to know. Um, they said it takes up to 10 years for a driver to know every street in London. So they don't need GPS. They can just, hey, where you going? What number? I'll take you right there. But once they do, their brain is dense with this information. Um, and they built all them neurons to fire up to, yeah, I could see that. That's where I'm going. So uh, I haven't been much with doing hard things like, I want to start visualizing things. I know it's might be in contrast to my Christian beliefs, but I'm gonna try to find out things in the Bible where it talks about believe and all these things and how you have to focus on something to actually see it come about, right? I mean, we don't live in a hocus pocus, um, I dream a genie and snap your fingers or wiggle your nose and boom, you have whatever you want in life right in front of you. But um, so, anyways, I encourage everyone to do a hard thing, change. It's simple, like you say, of switching your hand up when you brush your teeth, or um, just be a mindful person and take out the trash when it's full, or just a lot of things that seem small but can grow to big habits, right? You know, fold your clothes, make your bed, all these different things that they seem to be small we can start with. And eventually maybe you can change your diet or, start working out or um, build a shed in the backyard, whatever it may be, try something different, you know. But okay, that's day four in a wrap up. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.